Hello my dear leaders, and welcome to our week of texture. There are two other videos that I'm having you watch so that you can know some of the basics about what we're talking about this week. Texture and Bisa Butler. If you haven't seen those yet, go ahead and check them out. Don't worry, I'll wait. But not really, because there's a pause button and multiple windows, and just go watch it. Assuming you've watched the videos, in the first video, we learned about texture and that there are two forms of it that we really want to learn about. There's implied texture and there's actual texture. I'll give you a quick example of the difference. What we have here is a little piece of cardboard. Now, usually on the top you have a smooth texture, but if you have a 2-ply, there's a hidden texture beneath it. You can see here that there's kind of zigzags under there. And you can actually use those zigzags as texture and pattern in your artwork. This is what we call actual texture. You can feel it, you can see it, it's right there. Then we have implied texture. Now, as I'm sure you can tell, cardboard is one of my favorite mediums, so much so that I put it on my tattoo. Oh, hello down there. As you can see here, I had my tattoo artist put this cardboard texture in a couple different places in my tattoo. Because that isn't actually raised and you can't actually feel the texture, we call that implied texture, because it implies that it is the cardboard. Now, when we do 2D art, meaning doodling and drawing and painting and things like that, we usually give it implied texture because we want our viewer to see and feel a specific thing when they see our art. However, not everybody deals in implied texture, and not everybody deals in only one or the other. Take Bisa Butler, for example. Bisa Butler uses both implied and actual texture in her quilts. In her quilting, the stitching makes actual texture. A good example is the background stitches. If you were to run your hand against that, you would definitely be able to tell where the edges are and where it's puffy and where it's not. You would feel a texture. You can see that some of the fabric that she chooses already has some pattern and texture to it. If you were to run your hands along this blue and black fabric, you wouldn't feel the difference between where the blue and the black was. There isn't actual texture, it just looks like there is. No matter what kind of material you usually use or what medium is your favorite, it's always good to study both actual and implied texture. You're probably going to use both, so get to stepping. And with that, I'll leave you to step in. Have fun, and as always, stay curious. Do you think I should tell them how much the tattoo hurt? It was a lot.